Hi, you guys. Welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I'll be your host today. And just hi, Henny. Yay! I'm so glad you can join today's meeting too. That's amazing. Why? Okay, there. I think I got rid of the echo. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Plant Freak. Yay! Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, until people start toggling in here, I'm going to read from the Smart Recovery Handbook. We are on chapter 6, and which is about goal setting and, you know, changing what we put our energy into activity wise and that kind of thing. The kind of things that got put off because we were in a different life, drinking, using, addictive behaviors of all kinds. And so, awareness techniques is what I'm going to get into today. I think I'm gonna read. I read this last time, but I'm gonna kind of go over the last section again. Living with emotions. Strong emotions are an inevitable part of the human condition, as we discussed in point 3, managing thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Learning to level out your emotions is helpful in managing behavior and can also be part of living a balanced life, which is what we're hoping to achieve by abstaining. But it's not going to happen without some work. It's just not. My dad was proof of that. He was a dry drunk my whole life, the whole life that I knew him. Emotions reside on a spectrum. On the end is general well-being and emotional balance. Here, logic and emotion complement each other. Think of yin and yang. The opposite end of the spectrum is extreme, intense feelings, bursting happiness, debilitating depression, homicidal rage, etc. The closer you get to the extreme end, the less likely you will be thinking rationally and the harder it will be to balance any of your emotions and behaviors. Learning to balance feelings and rational thought is important to achieving a more balanced life. Awareness techniques. Many people recovering from addictive behaviors find themselves preoccupied with thoughts, prone to ruminating, or easily caught up with strong feelings such as cravings. Learning to pay attention to the present moment and becoming more mindful can improve well-being and lifestyle balance. Mindfulness, wow, just like in DBT, is the opposite of mindlessness. It describes the state of active, non-judgmental attention to the present. And that's something that we get into as addicts, that judginess. We judge ourselves the hardest, and it's never going to be a positive thing. It's always going to be we're judging ourselves and someone else in a negative light. So, that's going to take some work rearranging our poor little minds that have been used to thinking that way. Hi, Cosmic. Welcome, you guys. Originally a form of Buddhist meditation, there has been a lot of research into mindfulness techniques. They are shown to reduce depression, obsessive thinking, stress, anger, and even post-traumatic stress. Emerging evidence suggests it helps people in overcoming addictive disorders. There is a short exercise in Figure 6-6, which is, I'm assuming this here, meditation guide. All right. So maybe we can start learning to incorporate this into our meetings. Good to know. Much has been written about mindfulness, so there are a lot of resources available. Relaxation. While you were engaged in your addictive behavior, it's likely you avoided or didn't make time just for you. Learning to relax may seem like a luxury or an unneeded self-indulgence, but it is beneficial to restoring balance to your life. Although there are similarities between meditation, drop in the link. Here we go. All right. And if anybody would like to toggle in and be on camera and you need a meeting, need to talk, got something on your mind, you're welcome, or you're welcome to stay in the chat. Whatever works for you, whatever you need. That's why we're here, needing a meeting for what we need. Hi, Christy.
Hello.
How are
Sorry.
you?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing good.
Good. I like the hat.
Thanks. Thanks.
Very nice. Very cool. I didn't mean to interrupt. So I heard you were saying mindfulness and meditation.
Right. Okay. So, although there are similarities between meditation and relaxation, they aren't the same. Finding ways to relax can be important to your recovery journey. Relaxation is an individual experience, so find what works for you. Following are a few relaxations techniques to try. Progressive muscle relaxation, PMR, and it shows it in figure 6.4, it's saying, which is here. And I'll read what's in the little graph area there. Okay. It helps you become aware of what your muscles feel like when they're tense and when they're relaxed. In this exercise, you'll tense and relax all of your major muscles, so when you're done, all of your muscles will be completely relaxed. Many people report feeling immediately refreshed and calmed after doing PMR. We used to do that at the end of yoga way back in the day. Hi, Lord Kiss Freak. Hi, Chris.
Hello. Henny, I love cups that are as big as my head.
All right. You'll tense and relax all your major muscles, so when you're done, all of your muscles will be completely relaxed. Many people report feeling immediately refreshed and calmed after doing PMR. You may feel this or you may feel nothing, especially in the beginning. You can do PMR lying down or in a chair. Tense each muscle group. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. This helps you feel each muscle group in a tense state and then in a relaxed one. Here is an example of how to tense and relax each major muscle group. Head. Wrinkle your forehead. Close your eyes tightly. Open your mouth wide. Push your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Clench your jaw tightly. Neck and shoulders. Shrug your shoulders toward your ears and press your shoulder blades together. Arms and hands. Clench your hands into fists. Curl your biceps in toward your chest. Extend your arms straight and push against an invisible wall. Push against an invisible wall. Stomach and lower back, hips, buttocks. Tighten your stomach muscles. Arch your back. Tighten your hip and butt muscles. Thighs, calves, ankles, feet, toes. Push your thighs together. Tense your calf muscles. Flex your ankles. Bring your feet toward your body. Curl your toes under. Bring your back toward your body. Our imagination is more powerful than we realize. In addition to using visualization as a way to relax, you can use it to prepare for job interviews. Difficult conversations, and even for goals you want to achieve. Athletes use visualization to enhance performance. Figure skaters spend focused time visualizing their entire routines. Public speakers, pardon me, often visualize going through their presentations before giving them. For this relaxation exercise, allow yourself about 15 minutes. Make sure you don't feel rushed and that distractions are at a minimum. Sit or lie down in a comfortable, quiet place. Close your eyes and see yourself entering into a quiet, safe, and relaxing place alone. Fill your place with details of what you hear and smell. what you are sitting or lying on. Create in your mind the noises and smells that you find relaxing. Fill this place with as much detail as you can about things that relax you. Let your body relax and your shoulders and head fall gently. Breathe slowly. And we'll stop there. Tomorrow will be meditation if we get to it. You know, I realize sometimes I let the meetings kind of take off without having some kind of something to kind of put us into mindfulness about recovery. And I would like to maybe start correcting that. When we're needing a meeting, I get it. You need a meeting.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to listen to something like that because, I mean, I already feel like a little more balanced just reading something that is
Yeah.
helpful toward me in my recovery, you know?
Yeah. And it's a good jump off point, you know. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's a great way because it can, maybe you're hearing this for the first time or maybe you're hearing it for the 30th time, but you know, it's a really nice place to start from. And Plant Freak, we superhero. They look even prettier today. Aw, thank you.
all right, yes. And I used to be a lot better about putting the graphs on the Facebook page for needing a meeting. I want to get good at that again. So if you wouldn't mind reminding me, Stasia, because that's good stuff. I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah.
So
So there we
nice.
have it.
Well, and so on that note, since we're talking about, you know, mindfulness and meditation and visualization, how has the meditations and breathing been working for you guys at the end of the meeting? Do you like that? Do you
I
feel
do.
like it
I like
kind
it.
of left you in a calmer state? Um,
Yeah, I'm curious to
yeah,
hear myself, but I know I feel a lot calmer.
yeah, yeah. I do too.
Do that.
I kind of,
Good.
and is that something that you guys have tried to like take into your own lives, or do you just kind of, you know, come here and like, oh, hey, you know, we're gonna
You know,
have a
I'm
meditation.
starting to more and more, you know, just like little by little when I've got something negative kind of running around in my head and my heart, you know, just kind of stop and do a box breath or two, or at least
Yeah.
fill up my lungs and empty them.
Doesn't that feel like that's so relaxing? Even just like letting your shoulders drop, like it's
Yeah.
such a very relaxing thing. I remember when my kids were little, man, people probably thought I was doing Lamaze breathing going through the things because it through the cart. I'd be holding on to the cart and I'd be like, and you'll see me like even now, that's kind of my default when things get really hectic for me. You will see me go, and it just is one of my things that has kind of helped me. So I didn't know if it was helpful to everybody
Yeah,
else.
I'd like to hear from the chat what you guys are
Yeah.
if you've noticed any changes in just you know doing that every day. You know, it does help me be more aware that, oh, that's a tool in my little
Yeah.
tool chest here to deal with this
Yeah.
situation.
Right. 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 Yeah. I love it. I love it. And yeah, post some of that. Maybe we can do like I really love visualization too. You know, I am a huge visual person, and when I can visualize a goal or, you know, something like that, it really helps me, you know, kind of like imagine what it would be like to have this thing or do that, because then you're kind of putting it out there, you know? Like I'm ready for this.
Haney says so. Balance, mindfulness. Let me get that up there. And living in the present seems to be the message for wellness. I like the breathing techniques at the end of the meeting. It's very helpful. Well, good deal.
Good,
Right on.
good,
Yeah,
good.
it's been helpful to me for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think it's a way to kind of even reprogram your brain that, you could have something heavy going on in the meeting, or maybe you don't agree with everything everybody's saying, or you come in feeling some kind of way, and then at the end, it's a great way to leave it positive and grounded and show that even those situations you can breathe through, you can meditate through, and then you can leave in a healthier, like even more healthy than when you came in. And I think when you practice that every day, it just kind of becomes second nature to you. I think
Well,
that's
I hope so. That would be helpful to me, I think, for it
yeah,
to
yeah.
be a little more second nature.
Well, that's why we do it.
Cosmic Christie, I wanna know how you're doing. I know
Yes.
you've been going through it lately, and I wanna know if you're finding finding a place where you can manage and just what's going on, anything.
And even if you don't want to come on camera, is there something maybe we could talk about to help you,
Yeah,
that you can listen?
yeah,
Um, because I know that it has been very stressful for
yeah,
you. So,
yeah. I don't know
mm,
if she's here within earshot. She might be doing something, but
yeah. Or anyone else, is there any topic that you would like us
yeah.
to, you
Well,
know?
do you want us to talk about something or you wanna come on and talk about it, Cosmic?
I'm so
'Cause, I'm I know I'm committed to seeing you succeed
yes,
and find
yes.
some joy, because if you're not finding joy in recovery, what's the point,
Mhm.
you know? May not mean that everything's going swimmingly, but it
Mhm.
doesn't mean that, you can't find a way to find something humorous in it or something, you know?
Right, right. Yeah, how can we help you?
And I'm sure that I don't like overtaking meetings. Well, okay, but you're not overtaking meetings if it's a meeting.
I'm sorry. I don't-
What?
Oh, Mikey is just barking.
Oh, thank you, plant freak. You're not overtaking at
Yeah.
all. You're processing something. You're working through something. And that's why we're here. You
Yeah.
know, I have 30 years under my belt. You're trying to get some time under your belt. And how are you going to do that if you don't, work through? There's a process that has to be gone through. That's why these meetings, even in AA, why everybody gets to share and talk. You get it off your chest, you get it out there, and you get to where eventually I'll just pull myself together or not. If you're not together, what do you pull? Someone tell me, I want to know. Hey, I can't hear you, Cosmic Christie.
There you go. Okay. I was going to say, on a lighter note, if you're me and you get pulled, it's because your big dog is barking and pulling you all around.
Oh, yeah. You
Like,
know what, Henny? 100%.
yeah,
We're here to listen and help. It helps us as well. It does, Cosmic.
he does.
100% it helps us. None of us has this figured out.
Oh.
Not one of
And
us.
there's so many times where when I hop on a meeting or the boat or something like that, and I hear things all the time that inspire me and help me that I didn't know I needed to hear. And two, I have found that when one person is struggling with something, usually there's a couple other people that are struggling with it too. Kind
Yeah.
of like if there's one person who has a question, it's just
Yeah.
who's going to be the person to stand up and say, I don't get that. Or,
Yeah.
this is where I'm at. You know,
Yeah.
so it's very helpful.
Yeah. yeah, not to put you on the spot, Cosmic, but I
Oh,
just
no, no, not at all. No.
I just really want to be here for you. You know, this is an
Yeah.
intense time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and if we can't be your support group, then what are we doing here? That's
Mhm.
that's that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it helps us too to know, like, what can we talk about at the beginning of the meetings? What
Right.
tools might we be missing that people could have? So that's another thing, you guys, if you're even if you don't maybe want to come on camera or whatever, if there's something you'd like to learn about or something you heard, drop it in the chat and we can look into it. We can all
Yeah,
chat about it.
yeah,
Um, because uh, I think our struggles are all different in a lot of ways, but in some ways they're the same. And you know, I think we can all um I'm happy to hear that I'm happy to
do
hear
that.
that we are here. Oh yeah. Zelda! Hi,
Hello,
Zelda.
Zilda. Welcome. Yay.
Say hi to everybody. Hi, Henny. Hi, Plant Freak. Chris, I know you're hanging out in there
It's
somewhere. I thought I
it's a
seen you.
meeting, y'all. Thank you for
Yeah,
being here.
yeah,
Yay. How's everybody doing? I don't feel like we asked that enough.
yeah,
Good time. It's a good time to start asking that question. This is a
yeah.
tricky time.
It is. It is.
Mhm.
It is a tricky time of year, you know? And I think that's what's hard. You go through, I think it makes it even more difficult because you see all of the Christmas stuff up and you feel like you should feel a certain way in your heart because of the season that it is, and then you don't because for whatever reason. And it really, I know for me, it can make me feel like, um, uh, you know, like, oh, what's wrong with me that I don't have this great overwhelming joy, you know?
That kind of brings me to that video that I started yesterday. He was getting into some helpful tips to kind of navigate some of this stuff that, you know,
Yeah.
um, and of course, that's why I put a smiley face laughing on the thumbnail today because that's what happens when you make plans. There's something out there just laughing away. So much for your plans. There
The
was
best
two
way to
videos I
play.
really wanted to get to, and
Yeah,
I had barely started one of them. And maybe we can start that again. Let me see if I can find it here.
yeah. Anik, hello. Zelda's got the
Hi,
day
Annie.
off. Nice. Uh, Stasia says today she got some answers. Good. It's good to get answers.
Yes, it is.
Love, hi.
There she is. Hey, Cosmic.
Can you hear us? We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Hi.
So what's happening today?
Um, well, I'm sorry if I cry.
No.
Yeah. No, don't
Okay.
be sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't be
gonna
sorry.
cry.
Okay. Okay.
um,
Okay.
so to cut a long story short, I've had a child weaponized against me. My little
Oh,
Mia.
What?
My housemate's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, my housemate has found, like, he spent 2 nights away, and that's fine. I honestly don't care. It's been the most peaceful, calm 2 nights ever. And his whole attitude towards me has changed. Like, we were like big sis, little bro,
mm-hmm.
in a weird way. Like, he thought I was his big sis. I was like, you're an annoying housemate. um, but something has shifted. It's like, and I have to say, I'm a little bit snarky, but I'm very sick. I've got the flu, got chronic fatigue. Everything's just built, and it's supposed to be Christmas. Like, this is not the month for it. And but he's always said, no matter, regardless of our friendship, Mia is always going to be in part of my life.
Mhm.
And I knew, and I've kind of been just kind of not withdrawing from Mia because I can't. She's 7,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Oh.
and I've been in my head. I've been doing it, but in my heart, how can I?
Well,
Like,
is there a reason that you have to?
well, he's only my housemate. I've only known him like this past year, but
Okay.
kids are my thing. Like, I've always been like, I go to parties and I watch over the kids. There's a reason I'm invited to parties because they all get drunk, and I'm the one who tends to say, because this sucks to say, but I have a high tolerance, so I can keep myself at a level that means that I'm aware. Because I grew up in New Zealand. I don't know if anyone has seen Once Were Warriors, but that was my life as a child. It's a terrible movie. I don't recommend.
Okay.
But you can read the synopsis and
Okay.
you'll get an idea.
What's the name of it
Um,
again?
Yeah.
Once Were Warriors, and
Once
that's
for
not
War.
an. Yeah, it's the book is worse. But growing up in that lifestyle, I've always been like eagle-eyed around kids at parties.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Because
That's good.
someone had to.
It's good for them to be in a safe situation because people at parties with booze around can get not
And
good.
that's one of the reasons why, as soon as I had kids, well, actually, I stopped drinking at 18. One day I'll get to that story.
Okay, I would love that.
Because as soon as I had kids, I'm like, someone has to be aware.
Yeah.
Because in Australia, it's a party lifestyle. But anyway, back to Mia. He used her against me today.
Mm.
And he said, say goodbye to Mia. I said, no, don't bring her back to this house because I refuse to say goodbye.
Mm.
You can explain to her why you're using her as a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is he coming back to the house and just
No,
saying,
I've changed the code. I said, don't come back until you've paid everything you owed and you're ready to pick up everything. Like, I'm done. And he thinks it's all about Christmas lights, lady. I don't freaking care. Like, he doesn't know me at all if he thinks I'm jealous. Like, we had a thing, not a thing. Like, it was never a thing. I've had to keep, like, one time he called me a roommate. I'm like, no, housemates. You live in another room.
yeah.
But it's like, I've never had an attachment to him whatsoever. Like, I feel nothing. Like, there is a blank space. Like, I feel nothing for him.
Mhm.
The only reason I've let him stay rent free is because of Mia. Like, she needed somewhere safe to go. He's got
Yeah.
2 drug-addled baby mamas, like,
Oh wow.
and then him as a parent, and I'm just like, she needs somewhere safe, like,
Yeah.
and happy. Like, when she comes, this sad, depressed, I'm not even depressed, I'm sad. I don't
Yeah.
really get depressed. I'm generally at a happy level. Right now I'm sick.
Yeah.
But generally I'm happy. So when Mia gets here, she's like a little tornado of mess and joy, and I can handle that. Like, because I've had kids, and I've been quite because I'm sick. my humor has gone.
Mhm.
So well, not gone. It's just a little bit
Definitely on the back burner.
sedated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So when he comes at me with his darts described as humor, I just come back at him with darts.
Do you think he's drinking or using?
Oh, he's very stoned. So my addiction, like he is out of his gourd all the time, and he thinks, and like he's like super addicted, and he's spending like $150 every 2 days.
Ooh.
And he thinks he can look down on me, like he literally can. He's very tall, but I'm like, stop thinking that your addiction, like he's addicted to weed,
Yeah.
like to the point where he gets angry if he doesn't have it. And I'm
That was
on
my
like,
brother. My brother was totally addicted to weed, and it did not make him a mellow, happy, good person.
yeah, well, you know, like I can smoke, and like I've been prescribed to help
Okay.
with anxiety,
Yeah.
and I smoke it, and well, I prefer not to. I'm actually prescribed oil, but I can't handle the taste.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's like
Yeah. It is nasty.
and so I'm actually medically prescribed for anxiety, so I can start coming off some of these intense pharmaceuticals that I'm on, which is
Yeah.
doing my head in. But anyway, and I'm not judging him, but he judges me for alcohol.
Yeah.
His costs so much more, you know, like I'm just like, I don't think I'm better than him, but he thinks he's better than me. You know, being a freaking stoner is not better than being
You know,
an
Anik
alcoholic.
brings up a really good point here. Today's weed is
Exactly.
completely different than what we grew up with. 100%.
Yeah, well, like they're actually doing like I know in America that FDA approvals are it's so much stronger,
Yeah.
and he told me he started smoking when he was like 13, and that does something to people's brains.
Yeah, you don't, when you're that young starting, you kind of like stunt your emotional growth right then and there, especially if you keep doing it, day after day or even week after week.
Well, he was daily, and I see, as I've said before, I did a lot of reading, and I learned as a very young person that substances of any kind can ruin your brain.
Yeah.
So I didn't even do anything. Well, I drank, like I guess they call it binge drinking.
Mhm.
When I was 15, but not very often. From 15 until I was 18, so like 3 years. And I gave up until I was 33 because I had
Mhm.
kids. I had to
Yeah.
be the sober one, and
Yeah.
and it's just like, so I have this understanding and acceptance of why he is who he is, and I
Mhm.
tolerated it until I got sick.
Yeah.
And just because I don't look like I have disabilities,
Mhm.
or right now I can't lift up things with my hand,
Mhm.
doesn't mean I don't.
Right.
And they're walking around, and he's calling me like, "Oh, you should work." He says, "I'm working. Maybe you should try it." I ran a whole business, you know.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm not now is because I'm taking time out because I know I need to rest, you know. And I looked at. Oh, I have to say, I did say one really mean thing that's going to eat up at me for a while,
Mhm.
probably years, probably the rest of my life,
Oh.
because he hasn't seen one of his children for 8 years.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I don't know if because of one of my exes, I now question everything
Mhm.
that people tell me, you know, especially men,
Yeah.
when they say their exes are crazy. Like, you know,
Mhm.
if they got two crazy exes, I'm like,
Yeah.
Really? They're both
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
both
and
crazy, or could it be you?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But I'm also probably going to be the crazy ex to everyone,
Yeah,
because. But it's just like, but I know what he's done to me over the last little while,
yeah,
like, and he's like, he does that little thing that little brothers do where they put your hand in front of your face, but they don't quite touch you.
Mhm.
And normally I'm like, push it
yeah.
away.
Okay, there's your emotional growth stunted right there. Oh my God,
Yeah, and I'm like, normally I'm like, push it away. But lately I'm like,
that's
the
getting in
fuck
your
out of my face.
space. That's not okay. That
Yeah,
is
and
getting
it's
in your personal space.
well,
Not
my personal space is about like a meter and a half. So
yeah,
when COVID came along, I'm like, awesome. you know. So, but yeah, and it's just like, I can't believe someone thinks this is okay. And I'm just thinking, I feel sorry for Christmas lights lady, because like, I wonder how long he's gonna last before he starts doing this to her. And like, and we're not even a thing. We've never been a thing.
yeah.
Like, oh god.
What now?
It's just
Maybe I missed it. What is Christmas lights, lady? And what did you say to him that you're going to regret for the rest of your life? Did you say those
oh
two?
he said he was going out to see Christmas lights, and then he didn't come back until the next morning.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, they must have been good Christmas lights. He said, yeah, I threw my back out.
He
Lord,
should.
that's
Zelda, Zelda is so right here. He should not be judging you for anything. You are helping him. I know you feel bad, but I'm glad he's going for your sake, especially if he's going to use the little one against you. It's sad.
mhm.
The only thing I
Yeah,
feel bad about is Mia.
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel bad for her the most, because she's like, she looks so much like my daughter, and she is so much like me, and no one understands her. All they do is tell her to just stop, and I let her go, like,
Yeah.
because why make,
Mm.
no one understands her like I do, because they just, her mother makes her stay in her room all day.
Oh,
She kept her home and made it clean her room,
so she doesn't
because
go
her
to
mother,
school?
well, she's had so many days off school, and then her dad, um when she's here, he cries about her not being here, and then when she's here, he's mostly in her room, his room, and then I'm out here entertaining her, because I have the patience, because I'm a mum of 23 years, like, I have the patience,
Yeah.
and she can chatter away at me all day, and I chat to her, and I just have the patience. And he's sleeping in his room, stoned out of his gourd, and he has the right to judge me for being an
No.
alcoholic.
No, he doesn't. Nobody does, Cosmic.
Mhm.
It's
If you
just, I'm
if you
so
could do
sad.
if you could have been doing differently, you'd have been doing differently a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only been an alcoholic truly for the last maybe 4 years. No, since 2017. Like, and he's been a fucking stoner. Sorry for swearing.
It's okay.
For since he was 13, like, and it's not a competition. And I keep telling him, like, this is not a competition. And he tries to trauma match me all the time. And like, he can't.
Yeah.
Except with her, huh?
Well, he's just taken her. And I said, he can't bring her back to the house. I can't. I've lost my daughter. I can't lose another.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry.
Oh,
You're
Cosmic,
fine. You're fine.
you're okay.
It's just, I love her so much, and she needs a comforting, caring, someone who pays attention all the time and is not on their phone or out the back having it. And,
Yep.
you know, I'm trying so hard not to be judgmental.
Do they do that in Australia? Like if a kid's missed more than the allotted days, do they check in? They
They
do.
do, but only if they're not accounted for. So if the parent rings up and says kid's sick, so
Seven,
you
seven.
know,
It's
Cosmic, does the little girl have grandparents to help her?
they're in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they know half the story because I think he's a liar. You know, this is my fault. Honestly, it's because I'm so gullible. I'm so naive. I think everyone's telling me the truth because I tell the truth, so I expect everybody else to tell the truth.
Be doing the same. Yep.
Yeah.
He knows what
I
he's
just need to
doing.
get
Plant freak is.
I just need to get my lemonade from the fridge because I'm crying so much. I'm dehydrated. One sec.
Fine, fine.
Hey,
I'm still
Seven
here
Sun,
though.
good to see you.
Sure.
Oh,
It's just such a difficult situation, and it's not even mine. But she's my monkey. He's not my
Yeah.
monkey.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he's not my monkey, and I've told him that from the very beginning. Like, the only reason I have him around is because I love Mia, and I've made that specific, and that's why I should never have told him.
Oh,
You know, you tell people your ruin, and I told him my ruin, and this is like going back to the Scientology stuff. He knows my ruin.
yeah,
I'm too open. I'm an open book.
yeah. Well,
I'm so
eventually
sad.
we do learn who we can share with and who we best keep it close to the vest with. And
Well, in
know,
the end, I share with everyone, and if they can't deal,
yeah. I used to be a lot more that way, but eventually you kind of start getting some radar for those that are going to be throwing that stuff back in your face.
yeah. Well, he says I throw
Weaponizing
things.
it.
Well, he says I throw things back in his face all the time, but I'm fact oriented, so it's not actually that I'm throwing him stuff back in his face. Although I did throw one thing back in his face. I actually said it first, though. I said, I'm actually going to throw something back in your face today for the first time intentionally, which is like, I actually bought your kid some food because you would rather buy weed than
Yeah,
food for your
yeah,
kid. And this
yeah,
is before I even met her.
yeah.
She knew me as the Happy Meal lady before I met her. So that was the first time I intentionally threw something back in his face. Every other time was me just saying facts. Like, this is what I've done for you. Why are you treating me like shit?
Yeah. Maybe the problem is he wishes he was. He thought he could conquer you, change your mind. You are a great mom. He tried using that in horrible ways.
Oh, look, I am a good mum, but I'm
Yeah.
not perfect because
Nobody,
nobody is.
nobody is. Can
No,
you
I
be involved
can't
with
because
her
I'm
through
not
school
related to
activities?
her in
I'm
any
grasping at
way.
straws. They'll just want to know if you can be involved through school activities, like being a volunteer at her school or something. I'm just grasping at straws, she says.
No, if it's going to be a cut, it has to be a clean cut for both of us
Okay.
because
Oh, that's so
she's little, she's 7. She'll
young.
get over it quicker than I will.
Maybe.
So let me ask this because I have a weird way of seeing things, right? We all know this. Could it be that maybe these things are happening to you right now that feel so awful, and they are awful? But could it be that because now you are ready to take your sobriety by the horns and you're ready to take your life by the horns, that the universe is taking these things that are going to be big roadblocks out of your way so that you can succeed? Like, do you feel like that could be something? I mean, and take me out of the equation because I know that's really raw and emotional right now, but your housemate, these things, like, could that be something that you feel like maybe is happening?
Well, I actually thought about that last night because he stresses me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so I've been wanting him to leave for a while,
Right.
but
Yeah.
um like the only reason that
He
I
has
let him
been
actually come back was for Mia, because
Mia.
he's like, I have nowhere to go because I've already got him out once. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Okay.
God. And then he was like, oh, me and Mia are probably gonna sleep in the car. I'm like,
Ugh,
Now, is he?
now
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
like, well, Mia won't, you might. Oh well.
Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to see it in the thick of it all.
Yeah, well, Mia
At
will
the
never
time,
have to sleep in the
hard to
car.
see at the time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She'll
So,
stay at her mum's. He can sleep in the car
right.
There
and
you go.
suffer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so then a way to see it is Mia will be safe. She could sleep at her mom's. Granted, we know that's not the best situation. Do you know his parents? Like, could you write a letter, like, just anonymously and say, this is what's going on?
No, to be honest, all I care about is Mia.
Okay.
As long as
So,
she's safe. And I honestly think that what I've been told about Mia's mum is not entirely true.
Okay.
okay.
um,
That's possible. Yeah.
That is
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So then,
look, I'm just gonna take this one on the chin, and because he's done a lot of damage to my house.
Oh.
It's so there's I won't even, excuse me. I've got heartburn because I've been
yeah,
not well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done a lot of damage to my house, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm never gonna see that money because I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
He'd rather
just
spend it on getting stoned, but clearly.
Right.
yeah. So it's just like I don't know. I always try and give people chance after chance after chance, but
Mhm.
this is it. As soon as they
Yeah.
use a child against me, just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it, done.
That's it. Yeah. Right on.
Well, and that's got to be really difficult too. I mean, being so
But at
close
the
to
same
her.
time, that's a boundary, and
Yeah,
that's going to be a key component of your recovery
yeah,
Well, it's
is your
always
boundaries.
been my boundary. Like,
Yeah.
um, it's my one line, and it's been my line forever.
hmm
Right.
Don't use kids against me. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
ever use children against anyone because
right.
I know how important my kids are to me, and I never use them. I've never used my kids against their father,
hmm
even though
Yeah.
they kind of deserve it. He
Yeah.
kind of deserve it, but
Yeah,
I never
Yeah.
have, and I will never use kids against someone else. And the thing is, as I said, I'm fact based.
hmm
Like I never say something that isn't true,
right.
and I will never say something to on text that I would not say to his face. And I would have said
Yeah.
it to his face, but he wasn't here.
hmm
Yeah.
Do you get a
Yeah.
lot of solace in knowing facts about things when you're like really heartbroken? Does it help you to look at what you know to be true, or are you someone who just kind of just sits with your emotions for a little while until you're ready to process it?
No, I get out the facts, and then I
Mhm.
sit with my emotions, and then I cry for like months. I'm very emotional. I am reasonable mind first,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm emotional mind, and
Yeah.
then I get into my wise mind and be like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Seventh son said, now it's your chance, Cosmic, to protect the child first, then protect yourself.
Yeah, well, I would call child services because
Mhm.
I think Mia kind of needs it, but I need to. My reasonable mind and my emotional mind needs to come together, and my
Yeah.
wise mind needs to know if that's the most
Yeah. Because,
reasonable
like you say,
response.
he could be not telling the truth about the mom.
Right, right.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
and
When she was there, was she showing signs of, you can see signs of neglect in their behavior, in their demeanor, in their there's a lot of little telltale signs. Were you seeing much of that? Or did she seem to be reasonably well adjusted?
um, it's hard to say because she never wanted to
Okay.
go back to her mum's, but I think it's because,
Dad lets her do anything she wants, maybe?
yeah, and also I'm a pretty fun person to be. I'm a pretty fun person to be around, and I give all the attention in the world. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm not big up in myself, but it's just like,
right,
when a kid is around me, I give them all the attention. They're allowed to. She brushes my hair, which is very long, and she just has fun. And I think that's a large part of it. She has fun with her dad. She goes back to her mum, and then she gets disciplined.
well, I
Yeah.
I think let's say
There
it
you
how
go.
how it is. She has fun with you. She's not having fun with her dad because she's spending that time with you. So she has fun with
Yeah.
you. It's just her dad happens to be there.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say that because I don't
Yeah,
know what it was like before. Like,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and you can speak to what you know to be true right now, which is,
Yeah.
she has fun with you, and that's okay. That's an okay thing to say. Um,
Zelda,
Does she have,
she
Zelda wants to
calls
know, does she have friends?
I'm her best friend.
Oh,
She calls me and my son her best friend, which is very sad. The first time I heard it, I was like, my heart broke. She doesn't make friends easily because she's very
well, we were Plant Freak. We were talking about child services, and if the mom's relationship is the disciplinarian, and he's the fun guy, he gets to be the fun guy, then that could jeopardize the mom's situation.
yeah.
yeah.
So that's what we're trying to figure out if that's a needed thing, is to reach out to child services.
I'm not gonna do it because I won't risk Mia's stability.
Right.
And
Yeah,
also right
that's
now, if I did it, it would
that's
feel right
stability
now.
is going to be really key right now, because he's not going to be stable for a while.
Well, he can't even get back in the house. I took the code off because I got a smart door. I took the code off last night. He doesn't even have a key to get in. So
Seventh son said he has lied to you about everything else. Of course, he's lying about his ex.
Mhm.
She loves you. You are Disney World. There you go. Yeah.
I'm just I don't know how to take this. Like I never cared about someone so little, but cared about their kid so much.
Mhm.
Like it's not like I don't care about him. Like I care about what happens. I've done nothing but care.
Yes.
But as soon as he used his kid as a weapon, it was like blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now, what about like again, my brain works weird, so hang and rattle. Um, what if you because it's obvious how much you love her, right? And you want her
Yes.
to have a good life and you want all of those things. Would it make you feel better to wrap her in an energetic protective bubble and pray that she find a friend her own age that is as amazing
Yeah.
to her as you were? Or like even energetically protect her or pray for her, like whatever that looks like for you. But would that make you feel better? Like, pray for her to find someone her own age that is really cool like you, or someone else who could, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like she's ever going to forget you. I don't feel like she's ever not going to look back on you with fondness and love. And I don't think that you're ever going to take her out of your heart. And sometimes for me, what helps me feel better and what I do in situations when I don't have control over a situation, like because maybe it's not my situation to control, I pray for them, or like candle, whatever that looks like for you, that that something really beneficial comes in for them so that they don't have to suffer alone. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's always taken money from me, like then I pray that they find an amazing job, you know? Like, is that something that might make you feel better, or would that just make you feel worse?
Well, she's one of the reasons why I connected so well with Mia over. I have so many kids in my life. Like, it feels like I'm being selfish. Just like, honestly, I have too
Mhm.
many kids in my life for someone who dislikes little kids. And that's, I don't dislike them. I just want them to
Mhm.
be at a distance so I don't have to hear them. That's why I have these. But Mia, I don't wear these. Like,
Yeah.
but she's so much like me and my daughter. It's like uncanny. She even looks like my daughter. Um,
Aw.
and no one's paying attention.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's not being diagnosed. She has definite ADHD.
Mhm.
Um, possibly autism.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I can't diagnose that because I didn't even see it in myself. So,
Sure,
uh,
sure.
um, so it's very difficult for people with autism and ADHD to make friends, especially as girls. We tend to hang on the outskirts and
Mhm.
watch
Mhm.
what other people are doing and pretend to be
Mhm.
like the other girls or
Mhm.
people. And then, yeah. So, I hope against all, I, I'll tell you a story. I don't make friends. Friends make me. So I'll hang on the outskirts
Yeah.
and just be like, you know, da, 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 da. And then
Right.
someone come up to me and talk to me, and I'll be like, blah, 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 and then I'll pretend to be whatever. Well, actually, I'm into everything, so I'll just be into everything. So I can talk to anybody about anything for days. So
Mhm.
I hope Mia adapts. So
Yeah.
that's what I wish for. I hope she learns to adapt, and I
Mhm.
hope the
Kids
world.
are very adaptable. That is one thing that about kids is they are very adaptable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
the
know,
best.
Jennifer says that she remembers um her dad's friend. I remember Sandy so well, and I will always have her in my heart. We haven't spoken in over 20 years. You know, it is people like you that that give us. I have people like that that gave me food when I needed it as a young person, as a either as a child or a teenager,
Mhm.
and it's still food for me this day.
Mhm.
So what you've done for her, it's going to be with her.
Mhm.
I hope so.
It will.
It
But
is. I promise you. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
heart is broken, and I don't feel
I
like it's
know.
broken this much since my daughter left. Like, and I've been through so much since my daughter left. you know. I don't
Yeah.
understand how people can use kids like this. Like I know
I don't
that it
either.
happens, but I can't fathom because I've never done it.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
I hope she learns to adapt, and I hope the world learns to adapt around her.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But
You have given her so much, Plant Freak says. It's so hard, I know, to lose kids, and even harder when you're concerned.
Mhm.
yeah, but I don't think oh, this is the worst thing he's ever said. He said she was a Tinder baby. I don't even
What's
know
that
what
mean?
that really means.
What does
I,
that mean?
I think he meant,
Tinder, like the dating app?
yeah.
Oh.
So I'm
Like
like,
he hooked up
Why would
with her
you
mom
say
on
that about your
Tinder and
kid?
they had her?
yeah,
Like, oh.
yeah. I'm just like, I hope you don't ever say that around her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, because like, just people say things around children that are just like, do you not think they're gonna pick that up?
Right,
Right.
right.
But
As a kid, all they can do is be confused over it. She doesn't know what that means.
yeah,
So
well,
hopefully, like you said, he's never said that around her.
yeah, Sasha, I guess, yeah, but he took and the stuff he says about her in front, the mother in front of
Oh, yeah, disparaging the mom, not good.
well, it's just I don't
Do you
know.
think that do you think that CPS can just get on the dad's side of and just to make sure that
Not here.
she's safe? Okay.
It's on both sides.
Mm.
I actually asked for respite. Excuse me, I've got hiccups because I'm drinking lemonade.
Okay.
1 second. I actually asked for respite so I could go to a mental health unit. Whole other story. Just for because I was in a bad state. I actually wanted to escape someone, my ex, years
Mhm.
ago, but I couldn't. Um, but the only way I felt like I could escape was to go to a mental health unit. So I felt a safe place to stay and get my crazy back together because I was like gaslit to heck.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I could write a book if I had the
Yeah, you
attention
could.
span. If I
Yeah.
had the
I hope
attention
you can
span.
someday.
but but yeah, but they wouldn't take my kids because they said we can obviously see you're a good mum, but once your kids are in the system, they're always going to be in the system until
That's right.
18.
That's right. Yeah, 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 you're right.
Well,
You're right.
and that is the tricky thing because I mean, you don't know the mom. You don't know what is true.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't,
all that.
you only
Yeah.
know what he said, which, I mean, good Lord, if CPS went off of what, my daughter's dad said, fortunately, but we don't really know what's true. Um, that can be really tricky because you don't want to get them into a system that they can't get out of when they really had a good, stable, decent place. So I do understand where you're coming from with not
Yeah.
wanting to involve that because you could in trying to make it better actually make it a lot worse. And so I
Yeah.
understand why you don't want to do that as an option. And just
Yeah.
the truth of the matter that he's lied to you, like you really don't know
Yeah.
what is true.
What is
And
the truth? Yeah.
and at 7, kids just see things very differently. And
Yeah.
so I respect and understand that,
Yeah, I do too. I do
I
too.
I think that's you being
If a
in
kid
your
can
right
grow up
mind
out
about it.
of not being in the system, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, and also, like, I was lied to by my most recent ex, like, consistently. And also, I've been lied. I'm only just learning now at
Mhm.
almost 44 to not just trust people at face value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taken a while, you know,
Yeah.
but it's just, but when you're
Hard.
not a liar,
Mhm.
you know, and I've only lied to protect myself, as in, you know, like, because I have to go home to these people. So I have to lie to the police and the hospital people and my friends. And that's only been a few times just to say,
Yeah.
no, everything's fine. I'm fine. You know,
Right.
this black guy, I ran into a door,
Yeah.
you know,
And
like,
they know what that's code for.
yeah, well, the first one, it was like, I ran into a door, standing next to the police. No, I ran into a door. Second
Right.
one was like, no, I fell down the stairs. I did a full on convincing story because I'm like, I can't believe I'm going through this again. But
Yeah.
like, and I did it to my friends, but I'm not a liar, you know, like I make up the worst lies. I'm like, how are you believing me?
Yeah.
Seven. So we were trying to get to the bottom to see if her behavior showed if the mom was as bad as he says she is.
I don't
Well,
think so.
And
and here's
it doesn't sound like it. We were asking questions to kind of poke, see if that's something to poke a hole in,
here's
or
the truth. Um, the mother could maybe was just waiting for him to not have a place to go or bump
yeah,
around again. She is going to have the most leverage, the mother is, and she would be one of the only ones who could file for custody and start the proceedings to do whatever.
Ugh.
So I think, I mean, just my feeling from what you said is you don't trust him anyway. So I really wouldn't put a lot of stock in what he said. And I'm
salt
not
in what
saying
he
that,
says about her.
and I'm not saying that men are bad or that they're all liars, but no. But in this case, I do think he was trying to manipulate you,
Yeah.
so that
And I do
he,
feel like you would see some signs that she's
yeah,
being abused or neglected on the mom's side.
yeah,
I feel like
and
those are telltale things that you would be able to see. You would be able to know it's not right there, you know?
I think what's important to not lose sight of is that we the what we know to be true is we don't really know about the mom and we don't know what she's got going on behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
so maybe she has a lawyer and she was just waiting for the next time he got kicked out or the next time whatever to get the case. We don't know. All we
That's
know is he manipulated you for a place to stay and he
yeah,
weaponized his child against you.
yeah,
And those things are bad. But if he's doing that to you and you've cottoned on, which you have,
yeah,
imagine how much more intelligent and I this is not I don't like this word. I don't know, ammunition, facts, whatever that the mom has.
yeah,
So this really might not be that bad. Like and that's where I always kind of try to come from is let's look at what we really know. Let's look at what we don't know. But it could be, kind of like, when you have when you have a job and somebody just keeps messing up and messing up and messing up and you just don't say anything, you don't say anything, and then you finally start doing, and then they've got to have like 3 or 4 times before they can actually do anything about it. Maybe you're the final clink in this and now something can be done. You know what I mean? Like I know that's not
I don't want to be. I just don't want any more part of this. It's like,
right,
that makes
right.
sense.
you
You know
know,
what? You've got to take care of you right now.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
And
do.
I
I don't
and I
even know. I don't even know her last name. Like, this is. I've done my part. I've put
Yeah,
a roof over both their
yeah,
heads,
yeah,
rent
yeah.
free
yeah,
for however long. I've done my part, and he's been the one causing the psoriasis and stuff because I don't
Mhm.
argue. I don't like to
Yeah.
argue, but
Yeah.
and he's proven my point. As soon as I start to say no, people leave.
Well, maybe instead of,
But I've changed my perception. If I
yeah,
say no and people leave,
yeah,
good riddance.
right, right. Well, and like you said, I mean, you did everything you could do, and Lord knows I don't mean this in a mean way. Um, there's nothing more that you could do, and you do have to focus on you and what you've got going on,
You do.
and
You do.
and
The only
that
yeah,
and I don't think you ever have to stop loving her, though. I mean, I don't
I
think that
never
you,
will. I never
yeah,
will. The only
I
the
don't,
only thing that I got out of this was Mia.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful, and I got a lesson.
Yeah.
And I wrote it here, and it's been here for months. Stop giving more to others than they would give for you. It only ends up in hurt and disappointment for all concerned.
Yeah.
there you go.
That's right.
See, and what a beautiful thing that you can look at it as a lesson that you've learned, and you've influenced this child's life in such a beautiful way that she never would have had. And I know that she's going to carry that throughout her life. And maybe you could get something to honor her, like a flower or a plant, or something like that that could continue to grow, and you could, yeah, there you go.
She
And
draws
that's,
me uni kitties all the time.
oh, beautiful. I mean, I know that it's so raw and it feels so,
Well, it was
so
just this
painful.
morning.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a
And
lot.
he thinks I'm jealous. He doesn't know me at all. I don't have the jealousy gene. I'm like, bye y'all.
Yeah, yeah. That,
Like I'm so not jealous. Like when he said he wasn't coming home, I'm like, oh god, I get another night without a hand in my face.
Ugh.
right?
Ugh. That's out of hand. That's out of line. That's somebody trying to push a boundary, getting in your personal space. No telling where that was going to go.
Yeah.
No telling.
Well, I don't understand where he was coming from because I kept telling him ugh, for
Mhm,
one for like a while there, he was treating me like I was his girlfriend. I'm like,
mhm,
nah, mate, nah, 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 nah,
mhm,
nah, no,
mhm,
no. Wind the window up.
mhm.
Like no. and
Yeah.
and then for a while there, he was acting like I was cousin. I'm like, what do you do with your cousins, weirdo? And
Ooh,
then he was calling me his sister. I was like, I'm
yeah.
like, look, there are boundaries. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then in the end, I was like, oh shit, and I just took it, and but since I've been on this new medication, I have lost all, like, my patience is very thin, and except for Mia,
Mhm,
I have all the patience for Mia,
Mhm.
and all the other kids in my life, and all the other people in my life,
mhm.
and Jaden.
Mhm.
Although Jaden, he came to give me a hug today, I'm like, can you get off me? It's just because I'm like, no touches. But he just wanted a hug, I'm like, always. um, it's just like, just get away from me. And the fact that he's not been here the last 2 nights, it's been bliss. Like,
Yeah.
bliss.
There you go.
Like,
There you go. So the more nights away from him, the better for Cosmic Christie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like when he said he was not going to come, he's moving out. He said he's moving out for the last however long. I'm like, good. He's
Yeah.
not contributing anyway. Like
Yeah.
he's
Right,
a
right.
drain on the household. He's a
Yeah.
mess. Like I
Yeah.
have cleaners and they're cleaning up his mess. They're only
Yeah.
meant to help. They're not meant to clean up mine. They're meant to help me, support me, clean up mine.
Yeah.
Like not clean up mine, support me, like be a body double. I'm not sure if anyone knows what that
Right.
means, but it's like because I don't know where to start. Like, my house has never been this messy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not my mess, it's his.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he doesn't replace anything.
Mm.
You know, like he uses it all up, doesn't replace.
Right. Right. Well, I think
Like,
I mean, it sounds like it really is for your benefit. I mean, I know that it's really difficult to see that right now, but if he stressed you out that much and
Yeah.
didn't do anything, like I don't know how that could be
And he doesn't sound like he's paid much, if anything, of rent. So how does that help you?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the financial help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, the thing is, it was always meant to be temporary, like a couple of weeks.
Okay.
The thing is, I got to stop taking in strays. My parents
Oh.
never let me bring them in. You know, they were right, but you know, if I've got a spare room, I can help someone. I can, and I can
Yeah.
basically manage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. I don't think I'm disadvantaged.
If he can't come to you with some gratitude for him not having to sleep in his car.
I don't even need gratitude. I
Well,
just don't need
I'm just saying the
disrespect.
gratitude being that he doesn't mess up your house, he doesn't mess up your head,
Mhm.
and put his
Yeah,
hand in your face. What the
yeah.
hell is
It's just
that?
this. My
You
brother used to
know?
do this. Am I not touching your nose? Not touching your
No,
nose. I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and I
that's
did.
all kinds of alarm bells within me right there.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Steve.
Hi,
Hi,
Steve.
Sasha.
Hi,
Steve.
Rebecca. Hi, Tammy.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
got
but
you and I
anyway,
settled down a bit, so I wanted to make sure I jumped on.
that's just been my night. But the worst thing that gets me is that he thinks I'm actually jealous. It's like, dude,
No, he
get
doesn't.
over
He's a
yourself.
liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. And the person
Mhm.
that a liar lies to the most is themselves.
Mhm.
And
You
I think
know,
that might also pull in something that I learned in this last relationship. Some men have the mentality of, I need to conquer what she just told me was not okay. I need to make it okay. And this is a mission that they have in their life.
Yeah.
And from what you're saying and everything that we've personally talked about and just the whole picture, in my opinion, it sounds like he's trying to change your mind and he's putting the jealousy in your words. He's trying to put that in his own head because he wants you jealous.
Yeah.
He wants you to have these feelings that you just don't have towards him.
Yeah.
well, I don't. I think he
Exactly.
thought more of it than I did,
Yeah.
maybe, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess when someone, I look, I can't. I'm autistic. I'm very autistic. So I don't understand people sometimes. So I guess sometimes when people see someone getting along with their kid, they feel something. I
Mhm.
guess I don't know, and
Mhm.
and but I never felt that. To me, he was just a freaking annoying dude who wouldn't leave me alone. Constantly, like he'd get home from work and be like, "You're talking to me too much," and then he'd come inside and talk to me too much. And be like, "You're talking to me too much." He's like, Honestly,
Well, you know what I wanted to share with you, someone told me once, and this was I just got told this a couple years ago, and it was so true, but it was like a it was a reality slap. And the person said it to me out of love, but this person said to me, "You expect people to treat you the way that you treat them, and
Yeah.
that isn't life, and that isn't going to happen."
Yeah.
And when this person looked me square in the eye and said that, I was devastated. I mean, I was devastated, not because the person said it to me, but because they were right.
Yeah.
And because that's exactly what I was expecting. And this was around a situation with work. It was a work situation.
Oh, wow.
But it is something that I had written on my heart. And every time now that I look at something and I'm hurt, I look at it and I think, they're never going to treat me the way that I would treat them. And that's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean that your friends aren't your friends or that they don't love you, but there are just people out there that won't do for you that way.
Yeah.
And
If
um,
anything, they're just going to be, just leeching off of you and taking and taking and taking from you emotionally and anything else they can get their hands on.
and here's the other thing. Like, I know for me, my mind, it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And sometimes you can't figure something out right after it happens, right? Like right after it's happened, you can't always figure that out. And you have to kind of give yourself permission sometimes to just not figure it out, to be like, it will get figured out, but I don't have to do it right now. And I know that's really hard. Um, and that's something that I struggle with to do. But the more that I try to figure it out, the more my mind races, the more emotional I get, the more down a rabbit hole I go, and the worse I make the situation. And
Yeah.
it really does do that.
Yeah.
And I think right now, I think you've got a lot of people trying to help you and kind of coming at you, but I think too, like, maybe you just need to sit with yourself for a little bit when we get done here, and just, what do I know to be true? What do I really want for Mia? And what's best for me and my sobriety right now? And how can you support Mia? Like, you can
Yeah.
support her through loves and prayers, and or whatever, sending good vibes out into the universe. And because it can be a lot when you get a bunch of people kind of coming at you with a lot of different opinions and ideas.
Well, I take all the support I can get. But
Yeah.
what I know to be true is that he and I are not friends, because no friend
Yeah.
can treat someone like this.
Right.
And what I also know to be true is that Mia is not my responsibility.
That's true.
That's right.
Those are two big things.
And I also need to stop taking on board everything, because I've always done that my whole life. My mum said I've done it ever since I was little.
Yeah. Haney says the kindness of strangers is not just a saying, it's a fact, Cosmic. You will both remain in each other's heart. And she also says, please put yourself first. It's a hard life lesson learned. No housemates with children. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Henny, I read everything you say. I just can't type.
Oh, okay. And Seventh Son says he desperately wanted a familiar connection between you and him, be it lovers, siblings, or cousins, anything he could use for free rent and support. I think
He manipulated.
I think I 100% wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was so easily manipulated. But right now, thanks to this group and my counseling and everything, I've learned to put my foot down
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say no. And even though it's like an actual physical feeling, like of hurt to myself to say no, because I feel like I'm hurting others.
Mm-hmm.
It's called rejection sensitivity dysphoria.
I see.
I'll get through it because like I had to get through it last night.
Yeah.
Had a bad night last night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just
You
went to
may have a
sleep.
few of those.
Oh, look, I've had many. I always get through them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But this time you have support. This time you have us.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, just 1 second.
Steve,
And
Zelda says, "Hi, Steve. Hope you're feeling better."
Yeah.
I
How
see
are you
it. Hi,
feeling?
Zelda. I've been listening for quite a while, so
Missed you, Steve.
Yes.
missed you
Yes.
Yeah.
too.
Glad you're
Yeah.
back.
Too.
I'm sorry I'm such an emotional wreck. It's just when it comes to kids,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
um,
Hard.
I can
There's
deal with almost anything. But
Well, we all have those things that
Yeah.
just crush us,
Just crush
like
us. Yeah. We all.
for
Yeah.
some people it's kids, for some people it's animals, for some
Yep.
people it's, whatever. But everybody has those things. You're not alone in that.
I physically hurt all over my body.
Yeah.
Sure.
More so than I did just from having the flu.
Right.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Because he said, he and I made, like, he promised, and when I don't make promises unless I can keep them, because I know I've been made so many promises from my mother, and she was young, she didn't know.
Yeah.
But I'm literal, I take things literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ASD. Woo. So I've learned to not make promises. So when my kids were growing up, I was always like, maybe if I can, possibly. And if I never made promises, always said if I can.
Yes. Right on. Right on.
And but he promised. And when people make promises, I expect them to keep them. I'm
Yeah.
literal.
Yeah.
And he promised, even if him and I are no longer friends, Mia will always be in my life.
Yeah.
And he took that away
Yep.
just before this meeting.
Oh,
Weaponized a kid. That is a low-level human bottom
that's
feeder.
insane. That's insane.
Yeah, he said, say goodbye to Mia.
Oh. Oh.
Right?
That's
Just playing with your heartstrings, which he was already doing before, but now you're aware of it. And I'm sure that doesn't feel good either. Because I know when I became aware of everything, that was like the biggest shock of my life. How can somebody do this?
I kind of always knew it was going to happen, but I hoped it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, love.
Yeah.
Like, I've never broken down in a public forum so much.
Well,
Mm.
it's not forever. It's just right now, and this is what you're going through.
Yeah.
And it's not going
Yeah,
to
well,
always be this way. It's going to get easier.
a warning to everyone: don't trust stoner Kiwis. Everyone all over the internet, they will lie to you, especially if they're landscapers, because they don't pay their bills. I'm sure that's not all of them, but the majority, I swear.
But, yeah.
But Kiwis, man, honestly, I am a Kiwi, but God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Sorry,
says,
I had to pop off there for a second. I just wanted to say, like, you have us this time, and then I had to pop off. Wee Man just went with a volunteer, so can speak a little bit more freely as well.
Thanks,
You
Henny.
have us this time, and you also, oh, your sweater? It's right there. You also have all of the tools and all of the things that we've been learning. I know that you and I remind each other regularly, okay, we got to do this. This is what we got to do, right? And
I box spread so hard last night, so I wasn't like.
you did.
I also blocked him on Facebook, so I didn't keep responding, so he could have his Christmas lights fun.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to ruin his night, but
Exhausting.
I think also like what Christine was saying earlier, just taking some time in you, maybe after you're able to decompress a little bit with us, because I know sitting with myself and ruminating on everything, I'm not able to decompress. So at least you're able to talk to us a little bit about it, so that you can take a little bit of time for yourself after this and
Yeah.
try and help yourself again get to that center point, because like you said, this is temporary. You have made it through so
much.
many other things. You
Much.
can write a book. Like, it would be a top seller. So,
Ooh.
but
Bad enough being on
honestly,
here. No, I love being on here, but nobody else knows about it. So,
yes. And hi, Steve.
hi,
Hi,
yes.
how are you?
It's so good to see your face. I'm
It
done.
is.
I I've been listening for a while, and my heart breaks for you. It really, really does. Anytime a child is used in that fashion is just absolutely
I
unforgivable.
was LA Chameleon. I was joking. I'm a Kiwi too.
We need to find humor somewhere sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, well, apparently he can give, but he can't take.
Yeah.
I'll admit I'm the same way sometimes. There's sometimes they're like,
Oh,
oh, I really didn't want to hear that back. I'm sorry.
well, you know what? He was like, I was taking digs at him yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? You've been digging at me for weeks, but when you take the lols out of it, like, you know, the ha ha ha, yeah, you know, you realize that they're digs.
Yeah.
It's just mean.
Yeah.
It's just mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And normally I just sit there and take it and be like, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, good humor,
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
Mean
But
people
yesterday I
suck.
was just like, snake, bite, 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 bite. Every bite I got, I bit back, but without the ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
toxic. That's you don't need to be in that situation, especially right now.
no,
Mhm. There's
no,
too much for you to
and
be working on already.
That's right.
no, no, and so. Yeah, it's just like, you know, you've been digging at me for weeks, but you just guise them in the form of jokes. And then I explain what guise means because it's pretty dumb. No, I was just being condescending because, you know, you get me to a
Yeah.
point and I will just slam you, you know, come at me, I'll
Mhm.
come at you a million times worse.
Right. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, a person can only take so much before they're like, ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll run it. You come at me with a Mack truck. I'll come at you with a mining truck.
That's why
Yeah,
we
those
need
things are
t-shirts
huge.
that say Turkey Leg Gang. You know, you could just bust out the t-shirt, put it on, you could own it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came at me with a chicken wing. I came at him with a turkey leg.
Right? Exactly.
Aw. Now we
Oh,
need
what
like a tiny chicken wing on the shirt too.
those big old smoked turkey legs in your hands that you just feel like, ah.
Yeah, I need mine epoxied because I'm gonna need it a lot.
Like getting beat up by one of the Flintstones.
Oh yeah. Bam bam.
Yeah. Yeah.
A dinosaur leg. I don't think I can carry it with my broken hand, and my left hand's pretty weak.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Good.
no, but no, it's all good. I'll get through it, and
Yeah, you
you know,
will.
I'm gonna watch some comedy and lay on my couch because apparently I'm a couch potato. I'm like, you don't even know me. So, and you know
I
what? I'm gonna be a couch potato. Meh,
Yeah, there you
at
go.
him.
That's an
Not
all.
only that, you're still sick. You need rest. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
get off
I
your
had.
back about being a couch potato, gosh. Like, come on.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I said. Actually, I said one of the meanest things I've ever said to anyone in my life, and I regret it. Because he doesn't have access to his child. And you know what? I don't even know the real details. And he said, get off the couch. And I said, what? No, I don't know the context at the moment because honestly, I'm still ashamed of what I said. But I said, I've kept a roof over my kids' heads for 23 years. You can't even provide for your kids.
Then there's multiple. That's there. I didn't realize that there was more than just Mia.
You
No,
know,
he's
I
got
mean,
a kid.
it's only hateful if there's no truth to it.
Mhm.
What if there's? I mean, there's obviously.
Oh
truth.
no, I only say things that are true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Bye, honey.
Bye,
bye,
Henny.
Henny.
See you. Thank
Love
you so
you.
much.
You know, but it was just like
Love
it
you,
was a
Lisa.
barb. It was a barb that I sent like a dart that was meant to hurt because he
Yeah.
hurt me.
Mhm.
Well,
But despite everything I've been through the last however many years I've been an alcoholic, I've always kept a roof, paid my bills,
yeah.
Mhm.
everything, you know, and he can't even do that.
Mhm.
So,
So
and he's
yeah,
judging
so
me.
his drug of choice is making his life unmanageable.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's no point in enabling somebody like that.
And yet I have
That's
to
okay.
make my life more
But you're not
easy
now. But
because
you're not now, Cosmic. You're not enabling him now, and good on you. Good on you.
yeah, good on you. That's very Australian. But yeah, it's just like but that was like even as I sent it I'm like, oh, my heart, even just saying it. But don't come at me
Yeah.
if you
Yep.
don't
You've
want me to
been
come at
telling
you
him
with
that,
my
and telling
crap.
him that, and telling him that, and telling him that. You had been telling him that, and he
I've
went
said it to him
hundreds
before.
more.
He's like, what do you even do? I'm like, put a roof over your head.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you throwing things back at me? I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
You
There's a
asked a
difference
question, I'm
between
answering.
Yeah.
yeah, and
So he's just trying to gaslight you. Nothing.
Yes.
No
there's
new.
a difference between there's a difference between throwing things back at your face. Like if I'd lent him money, like which I have, and I haven't asked for it back. I don't even ask for rent anymore because why should I ask? It should just be. I don't even have to ask my son.
Just pay it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it feels terrible having to ask.
Mhm.
You know, like why should I have to remind? Like I rent my house off my sister, so she never has to ask. I just pay it. It goes to
Yeah.
the real estate. You
Yeah.
know, like so and it's just like he says these things that dig at me. And
Yeah. And you had been
like
warning him, and you had been asking him to stop repeatedly.
yeah, and in good humor at first. And then
Yeah.
I got sick.
Mhm.
And then and I have very low tolerance when I'm sick.
Mhm.
I have low tolerance when I wake up. Like don't talk to me until I've had 5 minutes. I have low blood pressure, so I'm dizzy. Like I've been this way, I don't know, for years. So and my kids know. Like they used to wake me up and ask me questions, and I'll be like, yes, just get them go away.
Right.
And then once I figured out what they were doing, I'm like, you know what? Even if you wake me up and I say yes, it's still a no until I'm actually awake. So if you do it and I say yes, it's still a no. You're going to be in trouble. So they learn really young. Yeah. So
Right.
Jared just thinks I've come along. He's come along, and I'm just a cranky bitch when I wake up. No, just give me 5 minutes. I've got low blood pressure. I've got health problems. You know, he
Right.
just thinks I look like not right now. I look like a particularly healthy person. You know, like, but I'm not. You can be healthy on the outside, but not on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, sometimes I wish I had a broken leg or something because people treat me better, but I do not. I'm taking it back from universe. I bring it all back.
Like
Bring it all
walk it back,
all
walk it back.
I thought
Yeah.
about those like service dog vests, but like for myself, get like a cute little vest. It's like I need emotional support, just so that like people are aware. Like don't screw with me today. Just screw off.
Not
Yeah, well,
today.
eventually I'm going to get a service dog, but my little emotional support animal won't take it right now.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't understand. And he takes up so much, like, for someone who doesn't pay rent, he takes up too much space in my room, in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, so I literally can't wait, like, until he moves out.
Mm-hmm.
But he said to me today, hope you're happy with all your new stuff. And I said, no, you're not doing this to me too. I've got
Yeah.
literally 4 men's stuff in my house. One was a mate's, one's an ex, one's another ex. Now his.
No.
Nah. But the thing is,
Ma-
it's Mia's. It's mostly Mia's. He can't do this to me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There must be something about me. Well, I know what it is. Doormat. Hang on, no.
No.
Doormat? I don't know which way it is.
No.
No,
You're
it's just
very compassionate.
Yeah.
You're very compassionate. You're very
People that
empathetic.
just take advantage of compassionate people. They're expert at it. He sounds like one of them.
Yeah, well, I've come to terms with the fact that I need to heal before I have
Yeah.
anyone else in my house.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's right.
a roommate even, because like not roommate. He called himself my roommate the other day when he was laying on my bed, and I'm like trying to get him out. Like
Mhm.
he just came in and just had a chat. I'm just like, they're going, I just want to sleep. And he's like, oh, my roommate. I'm like, housemate, buddy. You know, just boundaries. You know, because at that point, I've been annoyed with him for months.
Hey, superhero.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi for the girls and
Steve.
Steve.
Hey,
He was-
Minecraft buddy.
Did you hear that? Hi, Minecraft buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
have fun. I'll see you
Yeah. But
later.
anyway,
Seven said it's right. Users will always find a mark. Always.
yeah, well, I'm changing my name. I'm no longer Mark.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've taken up too much time.
No, you have.
Steve, how you been?
I've been slowly getting better, but I surely don't want to take up time that you need right now.
I've gotten it all out. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on, but I don't want to because I feel, because of my nose is all blocked, I feel like I'm monotonous.
How's the fever? Has it been gone then?
I'm
Talking
taking
to me, Scotia?
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, I was 101.8 for like 3 days.
Is
And
that
if
really
it-
high?
Yeah.
101.8 is
That's
Here,
mid
I'll
to
tell
high
you
grade.
what it'll be in Celsius. I'll let you. I'll Google
Yeah.
it.
In the meantime, Rebecca says, I was told by a friend that I was the kindest person she knew. While it was meant in a good way, it is also bad. I have let people walk over me, and it is a continued process to prevent that. Yeah.
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 It's 38 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Oh, that is high.
That is high.
Yeah. And if it would have went up 2 more points, we would have been going to the hospitals.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You
that
play temps.
that was part of the reason that I wanted to make sure that all 4 of you ladies were on here today, in that the last time I was on here, I was really, really, really out of line. And I really want to apologize because I think I misunderstood something and I reacted poorly because of the fever that I had, and
Yeah.
I want you guys to know that you're my favorite ladies in the whole world, and I wish you just did that come on back to the universe thing. Trouble
Mhm.
is, once you say something, you can't reel it back in. And it was
Mhm.
pointed out to me that it wasn't just a comment or two. It I I really owed, for myself, I owed you ladies an apology, and I am so sincerely sorry for having offended and been um offensive.
Water
Mhm.
under the bridge, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, thank you for the apology,
Yeah,
but
thank
you
you.
know,
I
you weren't feeling
Apology
well. It
accepted. Thank
wasn't.
you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
Completely.
But
I knew
know
that
that we
part of it
can't.
is you really were too sick to be
yeah, I mean, you weren't feeling well. We're not when we're
feeling
not
well.
feeling
If
well.
you've got a temperature, you're not going to be able to think right. That's just a given.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, I don't
appreciate, I don't understand, but I appreciate.
trust me. If you
Because
went
it,
back and looked, you'd understand.
look, I'm not,
Uh,
I
I
don't watch because I'm on there, so.
We're all human. We're all going to make
Yeah.
mistakes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And
We're
like
all going
Carol
to
said,
step on toes, you know.
yeah,
We're clumsy beings.
exactly.
and I just
It's all
happened to make
GG.
mine. I just happened to make mine in front of some ladies that I really care for and really like, and
About you
and
too,
and I
Steve.
offended
Well,
when I
I mean, it was uncomfortable, but we got through it. And, you
Mhm.
know, at the end of the day, I was more concerned about you because I knew that wasn't you. It's
100%.
not you.
Yeah.
and she has checked in
I'm
with me
stressed about.
every day. She has
Yes.
checked in with me every day
Yeah.
to make sure that I'm okay, and so she really was concerned about me, and I will tell you that our leader is what she says she is.
Yes.
We love you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
does little
It's
Steve.
fine.
Minecraft Steve.
So okay, so I am I with all my heart, I hope we can just drop this and never talk about it again.
100%.
Never
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Never again. Water
Done.
under the bridge.
Done.
Yep.
Yep.
How's Vicky?
She she's good. She had her work Christmas party last night, and she came home with a haul of stuff. I mean, perfumes and games, and there were, I don't know how they had it set up, but there was like guys getting perfume, and they're like, "Well, here, just give it to Vicky. I'm not going to use this," or a bath a bath
Score.
set, and 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 so she had a good time. She got really nice and let her hair down, and got her when her
Yay.
hair's down, it's like to the middle of her back, and
Huh?
or further. And she
Yeah.
usually has me cut it when it's that wet, but um she had that last night, and she's tired.
Yeah.
She's tired of taking care of people, and
I'm
she takes too much on herself.
caregiver burnout is real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Setting me aside, she takes care of her two grown boys
Yeah.
when they can do a lot for themselves, and she just doesn't give them the chance. And
Uh,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
it's
I
harder.
don't
It's
want
easier
to.
said than done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like I was just listening with Cosmic there, it's a lot easier said than done when you're being done wrong, and you
Yeah.
still can't make the decisions that you need to make for yourself.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. But
Mhm.
I'm sure that there's, sorry, you said your mother-in-law was helping as well too, right? At least
Yes,
with you?
she is. Yes, she is.
Okay.
She does
Okay.
a fantastic job. and she's 84 years old,
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
and she's like the energizer. Well, her daughter takes right after her. There's just no stopping them. It's like shooting a BB gun at a freight train to try to slow them down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm extremely happy that we've got Vicky close to you and
Yeah.
that she is who she is in your life,
Yeah.
because I was concerned. A couple of the last streams I was concerned for you.
Yeah. Yeah. We were worried.
Yeah.
You know, I feel a responsibility to come on here and be a certain person, and when that was working against itself, kind of, it didn't make much sense, but it made total sense to me at the time. But one thing I did want to point out is that how many weeks ago was it, Stasia, that you came in here and you didn't know what to do, and now
So-
you're helping? Didn't we tell you that you'll be on here helping?
Yeah.
In no
And I
time
didn't
flat.
believe you when you guys told me. I didn't believe you. I'm
No,
almost crying.
no, don't do that.
And thanks to Christine, been some great help that I've been able to get from her for some of my stuff. It's been 30, today is 33. 33 meetings.
Oh,
Yes. It's 33 meetings. And from that first one to now, I didn't believe you guys when you said that I was going to feel stronger. I was going to feel better. And now it's like, I can take on the world. That's fine. I can take on the world. And
Right.
I'm doing it for the right reasons this time. Not for a human being who I'm trying to get love from. I have love already. And I'm going to take that love and I'm going to use that love. And I'm not going to keep giving it out places where it's not going to be used.
You
that's
said
right.
something about a half hour ago that made a whole lot of sense about being just being a mission for that person to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been that person. I've been the person that I, and even to my wife, where I said, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna impose my will just because I can or just because I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I heard or that's what I thought of when I heard you say that about a half hour ago.
Take that a step further, though, because I think what you're doing is in good intention.
Yeah.
And I think that that also comes across. But
Yeah.
what was happening specifically for me was you said that this type of relationship or this type of, adult play was inappropriate because you couldn't handle it. My mind changed on that because very slowly I was manipulated to believe I was wrong. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what for my own self, what I was thinking. So I think, again, what you do is in the safe zone. It's in the good zone because you have good intention. What I was talking about as well is that step further. That step further
Yeah.
where it's like, no, you're telling me you don't want to be in a long-term relationship and this is just going to be a fling? Well, guess what? I was living with that person for 11 years.
Yeah.
So that's different
That
than
should
what
have
it
been
is that
flung.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fling should have been flung after 11 years.
Well, it's flung now.
I am
It sure as heck flung now.
I am so glad, because you are just a totally different person.
Thank
And
you.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Like
Me
I
too.
know you're younger than most of the rest of us, and we are really I'm proud of you.
That means the world. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mandrew.
Thank
Oh,
you, Mandrew.
Yeah.
my God. I honestly didn't think that I was going to find people that I connected with. I was convinced over the last 11 years, I just was unable to connect with people.
Mhm.
And to have you guys and be able to say, honestly, you guys are family to me. It's chosen family. I have no siblings. We've discussed that my dad's situation isn't the greatest. This is my family, and it means so much to me to be able to give back even the tiniest bit of what you guys have given me.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you could establish such great friendships over the internet, not having ever pressed, not ever having given that person a hug? Or I never believed in that until I ran across Tommy and Carol.
That's right. Yeah.
I've
I
had
never believed in that, and now I my view on the whole thing has changed so drastically.
Yeah.
It is possible to establish friendships, and the Jetsons did it. So
I've had friends that I've known since on the internet through it sounds silly, but it was called Angel Intuitives.
Mhm.
Since my daughter was like 1 year old, so she's
Wow.
21 now, so it's 20 years. So I've always known it, and we've always kept in contact. So yeah, I've known it. But this is a little bit different, because we see each other's faces and we talk online and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And we're a recovery type group rather than like stuff. But yeah, and one of my friends, actually, her name's Wednesday. She's actually changed laws in Wisconsin, so yeah, and she's my soul sister, just as Stasia is. And sometimes, Stasia, when you talk, I'm like, am I talking? Oh, no, Canadian accent, because it comes in. Because, like, there's some things, like, because, like, you know how Canadians, Australians, and New Zealanders and South Africans can all kind of sound the same with
Yes.
some wording. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, am I on right now? Am I re-listening? No, that's Stasia. Yeah,
I was
so
also told recently I need to listen to a stream with Misha and me on, because apparently if you're not looking at the screen, you have no clue who's talking.
that is dead true.
Is it?
I've noticed that.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And to respond to you, Steve, I didn't think that, first off, I didn't think I could have friendships. I honestly didn't believe I could. So, let alone getting over that and then being like, holy crap, I'm on YouTube videos, opening up to literally whoever wants to watch. And I've met some of the most amazing people doing so. I wouldn't have said that. You told me 3 months ago, 2 months ago, even, that I would be doing this and I would be where I'm at and with the people that I want to be with and have such love for individuals who are nowhere close to me geographically. I wouldn't have believed you. I really wouldn't have believed you.
Well, I've always
But
wanted to go to Canada.
Canada, yes,
Yeah.
just don't come to Quebecistan, please.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Stay away from But yeah, same here. My mom and dad used to love to go to Calgary and Alberta. We had a friend that lived there, family friend, and I've never made it to Canada, so you never know.
Well,
Well,
I live in
my
Michigan, so I
ancestry
live.
is French.
Go ahead, Cosmic.
My ancestry, both my grandparents, my grandmothers are French, but I can't speak French except for the swear words.
yeah. By the way, my kid knows tabernacle now because of how often he's heard it said. Yeah, he's like, Mom, like, don't say it, please don't say it.
When I was
She's
when,
dying.
Did.
when I was 19, we used to drive across to Sarnia or Windsor
Yeah.
to drink beer because it was 19 for the beer drinking age back then. So we'd all get a load of 6 or 7 of us in the car and drive down there, split gas money, have enough money for about 2 beers and then drive home just to say we did it,
Right on.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that is. I
Yeah.
love that Sarnia has come up because that's a part of my past as well. A part of Mandrew's family. We used to go visit Sarnia a lot. It's very interesting to me. Every time I get to know each of you a little bit more, it's like, oh, it's like the universe is like, you are supposed to know these people.
Action. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to know these people because all of a sudden, like Christy's saying today, 44, almost 44, and I was like, oh wow. I'm supposed to know. This number is significant. And it's like, there's a lot of little things that, especially in the last couple of weeks, now that I'm
It's a
feeling
master number.
I'm feeling the grip release, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm
Totally.
feeling the grip fully release, and like I've got a friend that I'm talking to once a week, kind of as like I guess a progress check-in is the best way that I can express it.
Okay.
And I'll talk to him once a week, and then like last night he was like, it doesn't sound like it stings anymore.
Wow.
Mhm.
And
Good.
I started
Good.
crying because I'm like, holy crap, you're right. Like he's like, I could even hear it last week in your voice. Like it hurt. It still stung.
Yeah.
But this week you're like, guess what? I can conquer it. I can take it on. I don't care.
Right on.
How many times in the past 2 or 3 months have you cried in a good way?
Mhm. I would have to say in the last few days it's happened a lot, and it was kind of triggered. The crying in a happy way, it started with the reaction video with Chris's story on the lifeboat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then in the last couple of days, it's just been, I'm feeling like this overwhelmed happiness. And it's like, okay, just let it out, because you know what? You've cried for sadness so many times. Like it's time to cry because you're happy.
That's right.
And you
Yeah.
get such a good feeling after that happens too. A good endorphin rush. It feels so good to cry for a good reason.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised that I made it through without crying, because I I I was thinking, never mind. It's water under the bridge.
It's water under the bridge. Yeah.
100%.
You don't need to be concerned about it. If you wish to say more, you're welcome to. But it's not something you need to apologize to us anymore about. We understand.
I almost
Once is enough.
cried.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that these, and I can't it was one of Tommy's videos, and I can't remember exactly which one. It was of recently, and he was giving the channel a shout out, Need a Meeting a shout out. And he's like, some of the connections that people are making over there are so genuine. They are so real. And I was like, first off, I was like, holy crap, I'm a part of that. And like, just to be like, I'm a part of that thing that somebody's talking about.
That's amazing.
And then to be like, yeah, these are my people. These are my tribe. And I'm messaging people, and I'm like, I haven't messaged you in a couple days. I'm sorry, I'm busy, but I was concerned, or I needed to say this, like even Steve, I think it was after the first stream, I had noticed that you didn't seem to be feeling so well.
Yeah.
I had sent a message. I know that you were busy. I know that you weren't feeling good. And I was just like, but I need you to know I'm concerned. I just want you to know that I'm here. If you need to talk, I'm here. I'm busy. I get it, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
And the same with Misha last night. There were so many things that she said yesterday, and it was like, oh my God, woman, I needed to hear that. And I was on a phone call. I'm really sorry, but now I need to reach out. I know this is like 6 hours later, and it probably doesn't make any sense now, but I needed to reach out and say, oh my God, thank you. I didn't think I'd have these people in my life, and it's so refreshing. I didn't think I'd have any of you, any version of you guys in my life or in my universe.
That's one of the most beautiful things about recovery is, you will find people that know they got no leg to stand on judging anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we all want each other to
That was a happy sigh.
succeed. With as much as we want to succeed ourselves, we want to see everybody else succeed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If one of us is getting better, we're all getting better. It's how it works.
Exactly.
And I don't know why that is, but it is. you know?
I
How
think
do
it's because we keep feeding each other positivity.
how do you get a flock of 10,000 blackbirds to fly in a straight line all together and then swerve all
The starlings,
all at the
I love
same time?
that. I love starlings. It is,
No.
yeah,
I mean that's how I mean that's the same type
You
of thing.
ask. Hey,
Our little
birdies, fly in a line.
yeah. Yeah, it's because there's a bunch of women out front showing everybody which way to go because the men would be off flying this way and that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's amazing the phenomenon that is recovery. That's the best
it is.
way that I can put it. It doesn't matter what you're recovering from.
That's right.
Whether it's addictions, whether it is eating disorders, whether it is
Abuse and
relationships,
trauma.
whether it is, abuse, trauma from parents, even that you haven't processed yet, or
Yeah.
recovering from surgery, like you, even, Steve, right?
Yeah.
No matter what it is, we're all recovering and we are all sending these positive vibes to one another. And I think it's just keeping that circle going. Because when one is not doing so great, there's so much positivity coming out, so much
Yeah.
support, that's the word I'm looking for, coming out, and then it's the next person
It's looking better.
Oh, that's
that
looking so
does
much
look so much
better.
better.
Much better.
Good.
We
Yeah,
have the
yeah, yeah.
Ouroboros of care.
Yes.
I'm taking nice big healthy strides on it, not without the walker, of course, but
Right.
I mean that just proves my point.
Mhm.
You know, Stasha, to you you looked at me like I was an idiot 2 months ago, and now and now you're helping more people
Oh
than
my goodness.
require than you require help from.
Yeah. When we
It's
Thank
share,
also
you.
we're
glowing.
sharing and we're honest about what's going on, it helps
Yeah.
somebody every time. And you don't
And
even
that's all that I want, is to be able to, you know what, I want my story to be able to open up somebody else's eyes,
yeah.
because the regret that I felt, it was so heavy
Yeah.
for so long, and like
Yeah.
it even took so many social workers around me, like physically around me, to be like, stop feeling guilty for not leaving soon enough,
Mhm.
like, stop feeling guilty for that, you could not see it.
Yes.
And
That's right. That's right. You can't see
Yeah,
You were too close to it to see it.
That's
yeah,
right. That's right.
yeah. So
Well,
just
I
if I
had to
can
be
help
told.
one person with that, it helps me,
Yeah.
it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
If
I'm
you
so
get
sorry.
to see the light bulb go on above one person's head, that and it goes bing, and they say, I don't have to live like that anymore, really.
Yeah.
And then that's where the healing, if you get to see that light bulb go on, that is the best feeling there is in the world, to help somebody see their light bulb go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's the
Yeah.
best. It's a way better drug than any drug I ever took out there on the
Got
street.
that right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't realize all my days sober, to be perfectly honest, going through, so I was, okay, today's 33rd meeting. Well, then how many days have I been sober? And I was going through all of it, and I was just like, you know what? I can be proud.
Yes, you
I
can.
can be
Be proud.
super proud. I have a joint sitting in my drawer, and it's been sitting there for a month. I
Woo!
haven't touched it. I
Mama's
don't want it.
tiara. We got Mama's tiara going now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Tommy's got the trophy and Carol's got the tiara.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. I'm so proud of
Be
you. So
proud.
happy for you.
Thank
Except I
you.
don't think Tommy's trophy was his mom's trophy like the tiara was yours.
Still counts.
It does. It does. But I love,
Yeah.
I'm just so, I didn't think I could do this. I didn't think I could ever be fully sober.
Oh
And
God.
now it's just nicotine, and you know what? It'll go when it goes. Right now I need a crutch. So that's my crutch. It's going to go when it goes, because honestly, I haven't even taken an Ativan in over a week.
Okay.
Well
Good
done.
deal.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's like this last week has been a lot of clarity and a lot of figuring things out, even though, because we're at the beginning of the week. So technically, if I go back a week, we're looking at last Monday. I processed so much somebody had suggested I call a helpline. And I was like, okay, but I don't understand why fully. And then I called the helpline and I was like broken after I was off the phone. But it was like, this is the last time I break because of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the last thing I do, and I break inside of me because of you. And then just thinking that was like, okay, that's my freedom.
Yeah.
That's my power right there.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
since
Yes.
we're
Yes.
talking about you,
Yeah.
Stasia, would you be comfortable if I read the letter that we wrote to help you? Or
Yes, I don't mind at all. I
because
don't mind at all.
I think it would be encouraging.
All right,
Um,
let me get some tissues. Hold on. All
So
right, go.
I'll give a little precursor here. I had reached out to Christine for some assistance because it's difficult to find groups where I'm at, because I know that there's always going to be different people watching videos later on as well. I'm in a place where I don't speak the language, so I expressed to my lawyer and everybody involved in my case that I'm using this channel and you guys, you're my support system. So I kind of needed proof of this.
Ah.
Yes.
so this is what I wrote this and then got in touch with Carol and kind of went over it and made sure everything was good and shared it with Stasia. Um, and so Needing a Meeting is a peer-led YouTube group who is dedicated to helping those on their recovery journey and providing strength to those looking to start. We help with drug and alcohol addictions as well as survivors of trauma ranging from domestic, sexual, physical, and mental abuse and childhood trauma. We use the SMART recovery curriculum as we have found the scientific and therapy-based program to be most helpful in giving people the real tools needed to face their new journey. We also teach dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, as we have found it extremely beneficial not only with addiction but mental health issues to help improve one's ability to better handle the emotions and situations that could lead to relapse. We believe a whole approach is best dealing with addiction, mental health, and connection to be the best help, or the best way to help someone be successful on their life-changing journey. We are an interactive group, so our members can either join the meeting via a link provided or comment and come on camera or share in the chat. We end each meeting with box breathing and a guided meditation as a way to provide a positive, calming, and grounding end to the meeting and hopes to further teach those in the group that there can be a calm and positive resolution to what they are facing. Stasia first joined the meeting on November 10th, 2023, and has been an active, willing, and gracious participant in every meeting since, totaling 32 meetings as of the date of this letter. Meetings are 2 hours long. She has made a solid commitment to herself, her son, and the group to show up invested, sober, and willing to ask questions, learn, share her story, and provide comfort to those in the group. Stasia's honesty has been helpful to other members of the group, and through her hard work and dedication, she has helped others to see their potential with her caring, thoughtful, and motherly insight. Stasia's dedication to providing a sober, stable life for herself and her son has been an inspiration to
Yes.
all members of the group.
That's the truth.
Over the course of the 32 meetings, Stasia has exhibited strength of character, dedication to remaining sober and sharing her sobriety milestones, and wisdom to see when she is struggling, using DBT and SMART recovery tools to help her navigate her emotions and current situation. Stasia is an example to all in the group how using all of her tools can lead to a clearer, more grounded, substance-free life. Stasia has spoken on several occasions regarding the deep emotional stress that was her former living situation and the frustration she has experienced due to the language barrier. On her healing and her understanding journey, she has not only seen where she has room for improvement and growth, but also has learned the importance of boundaries, self advocacy, and found her strength. And you
Bravo.
know what? I want to say this. I would love to write a letter like this for each one of you as you hit your milestones so that you can see what we see in you. Because I think a lot of times we can't see it in ourselves. And I would love to write letters for each one of you as you hit those milestones in your journeys. To
That's such a
encourage you.
beautiful idea.
It
I mean,
is.
Not only that, you need to be on the speaking circuit making about 10 grand a night.
Right?
I
you
bet you gave a
know,
great book report back in school days. That is right
you
on
know
the
what?
money.
I will tell you something. I remember the first report I ever had to do. And you guys know me. I'm not a Trekkie. I am not any of like, but it started out because it was for science. And I remember someone helped me kind of get started, but this is how it started. It said, space, the final frontier, to boldly go where no man has gone before. The atom is and then I went on to talk about atoms and protons and neutrons and all of that stuff. But I remember that clear as day. Like that was the very first, and so yeah. So I'm always the one that's asked to write things. I love to write. It's part of my creativity, but
Good
yeah.
on.
That's a creativity I don't have. Or maybe I do. I just need to get it back. I can't recall yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
There
That
you
might be
go.
something that's still back here and lost. I'm not sure yet.
Right? Um,
Now,
yeah.
can I ask you, I don't know if it's a touchy question or not, but that dart in your drawer,
Yep.
is that symbolic now? Are you going to keep it or are you going
It's
to?
probably going to get framed. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It's probably going to get framed and be like, this sat there for X amount of time. I don't know if I'm ever going to smoke again. I might, on an evening where I'm feeling like it. But for now, I'm completely, I don't want it. Like, even when I'm on the phone with my friend, they'll be having their own stuff because that's what they do. And I can hear them cough and it's like, you know what? That sounds wonderfully not my thing right now.
Yeah.
That's an excellent letter. I listened to it. I was like, beautiful and so
Hmm.
true.
That
Thank
was
you.
that was
Cosmic, I know I'm going to be writing a beautiful letter for you soon too.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Even just the month that I've been like regularly here, I've seen a massive difference in you as well, Cosmic. Like the boundaries that you are able to place,
Yeah.
and you're not even asking first, is this an okay boundary? You're just,
Right.
I placed this boundary. I did it. Like that alone, I think, is a really big step.
Mhm. Nadine, thank you and welcome. I don't know that I said welcome to you. Thank you for that. That's very nice.
if you ever have to write one for me, I'd like to be addressed as Flame Boy.
Flame boy.
Okay.
All right, flame boy.
I'll address you as Flame Boy.
I think it was seventh. I think it was seventh who had said it and was like, tell Wee Man that we've got a Bionic Steve. So it's like Bionic Steve. But now he's got like a bunch of different names in his head. He's like, wait, which name is what? And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
so there's Carol, Christine, then there's Steve, and then all of my other support system. And he's just like, but who's who?
Yeah.
I'm Minecraft.
Yeah, you're Minecraft Christy. And then Carol and Christine, he's just like, to make it easy, they're pretty ladies.
Right.
I'll take it.
That works. I'll take it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the comment earlier, but it was just you, Christine, and Carol on the screen. And he goes, Mom, they look even more pretty today. And I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. And then he looks directly at me and goes, you need to wear more makeup.
Oh,
Kids, man.
Yes,
I was like,
yes,
all right.
and we got Chris
Oh,
too. Yes.
maybe that's
Yes.
maybe. That's maybe some bad behavior we need to address right now.
It's
I want him
the
to be honest to a level, but you know what? I haven't worn makeup in a really long. Well, I've worn makeup a few times in the last month.
I've seen you. You were gorgeous.
Thank you.
That's right.
I've worn makeup a couple of times, and Rowan's just like, "Oh, mom." So I know he notices the difference, and he's just like,
Right.
I feel a little bit better too when I'm wearing it. Or
Yeah.
maybe also he just sees it as, oh, she had a couple extra minutes to herself. She's feeling better. That's
Right.
another thing that I thought about today was
Yeah.
maybe he's just thinking I'm feeling better because I'm wearing makeup. Versus I
Well-
was wearing makeup because I felt like I had to before, and now I'm wearing makeup when I want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is, I used to get up every day and just put it on for myself.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
and going back to
Yeah.
the housemate again, he's like, "You don't need to put makeup on for me." I'm like, "I'm not doing it for you. I've been doing this for years. You shut up."
Yeah. He's exhausted, Peyton.
This is Michael. I gotta go.
Okay.
I will see you again if I get a chance.
Bye. Can't miss the call. I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
But
do you
yeah, it's just like sometimes it just feels nice to feel nice.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, do you guys you want to try the doing the thing that I was reading earlier, the PMR exercises, progressive muscle
is-
relaxation?
Oh yeah, I need some of that. I'm so tense. Oh God, I sound like a Kiwi.
Okay.
You are
Which
the
is nothing
Kiwi.
wrong with that. Yeah.
We'll do 3 deep box breaths, and then I'll walk you through this tensing and then relaxing of the muscles.
Okay, I'm gonna pop off because I'm at 7 o'clock. Wee Man's gonna be done with his volunteers soon.
Okay.
But I'm listening and I'm in the chat. Okay?
I'm here. I'm just
I love you guys.
Love you
Love you
too.
so much.
love you. I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
I was laughing at Seventh Son's comment.
Plain boy in the Tinders.
That's messed up.
Hiya.
Okay. All right. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. A full breath in and hold for 4 seconds, and then breathe everything out. And we're going to do that for 3 times. And then I'll walk us through this PMR exercise here. All right. So just close your eyes, and as Christy likes to say, drop into your heart space and breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. And starting with our head, let's wrinkle our forehead. And then relax. Close your eyes very tightly. And relax. Open your mouth wide. And relax. Push your tongue against the roof of your mouth. And relax. Clench your jaw tightly. And relax. Now with moving to our neck and shoulders, shrug your shoulders towards your ear, kind of squeezing those muscles, and relax. Press your shoulder blades together and relax. Now moving to the arms and hands. Clench your hands into fists. Now relax. Curl your biceps in toward your chest. And relax. Extend your arms straight and push against an invisible wall. Or maybe it's this way. Yeah. And relax. Moving to our stomach, lower back, hips, and buttocks. Tighten your stomach muscles as if someone's getting ready to do a little punch. And relax. Arch your back. Well, that feels good. And relax. Tighten your hip and buttock muscles. And relax. Moving to thighs, calves, ankle, feet, and toes. All right. Push your thighs together. And relax. Tense your calf muscles. And relax. Flex your ankles, bringing your feet toward your body. And relax. Curl your toes under if you can. And relax. Bring your back toward your body. I don't know what that means. Bring your back toward your body. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Sorry, guys. All right, and then just shake all the tension out.
Oh, that really works.
In with a big old huzzah!
Yeah.
I love a good huzzah.
Press belly button to
Belly button to
spine, I think.
spine, I think. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that is right.
Bet that is too. If I'll make a note of that and we'll do
Huzzah!
huzzah. That's right.
Yeah. Couldn't find my mouse.
All right, you guys.
I am so happy I got to hear Cosmic's little laugh today.
Yes. Yes. Glad you got there, Cosmic. And
No, I always get there in the end.
that's right. And I'm glad, it may not feel like it. It may just feel really ugly right now, but you're making progress. I see it.
Yeah, I know.
I
Thank
really
you.
do.
Yeah, I feel so much better, and thank you all for being here.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for
Yeah,
being
and
Oh, by the way,
it does mean curl your body in because it stretches your back in a different way. Because I do it in physio.
right on.
Yeah, so
Quiet Girl Karen Kelly is going to be on Tommy's show tonight.
Yay! Well, I need to get out of that barn in time enough to see that.
all right. Well, I feel like I've had a meeting. Thank you so much. I really needed this today because, like I said, it just happened before the meeting. I was ready to be here, all like, oh, I've had a peaceful night. It was great.
I love that. My fur baby looked at me with squinty eyes when I said I saw DJ as a tuxedo cat. That's amazing.
I love tuxedo cats. They're so cute.
They are. They are indeed.
Thank you,
you're-
Rebecca. I will. I refuse to let this define my day.
That's right.
Christy, take every bit of universal goodness that you can from me today, and just keep your chin up and keep throwing punches.
Yeah, well, I won't throw punches because my hand's already broken. Because otherwise, I might have.
Figurative punches.
Yeah, in my mind, I use words are my weapons, and I use them quite well, which
Yes,
is
you do.
also my downfall. So, but it's so great to see your face, Steve.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's good to see yours.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have a good day regardless.
Right on.
Kia ora, Lord, Chris.
Is that some kind of fruit drink?
No, it's a greeting in Maori.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And normally, if you're friendly with a person, you'll rub noses. It's a traditional greeting.
That's very cute. That's right.
Yeah,
Seventh son. I've definitely had a meeting.
yeah, yeah. I am exhausted.
Yeah, just take you a nice little nap, melt into the couch,
Yeah,
whatever it is you want to do
yeah.
there.
Well, I've been preparing to have a shower for like since I don't know 6:30. So it's like it takes me a little bit because I'm so exhausted. So it is what it is. People hate that saying, but I'm like, but it is,
But that's
isn't it?
right. What are you going to do when it is what it is? I
It is
mean,
what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. That's a song, but yeah, yeah. Well, I've been having lemonade because I'm trying to upload my sugars because yeah, flu's fun. It's super fun. I wish I had flu every day, all year round.
oh, yes,
Oh,
that sounds like a blast. No thanks.
no, thank you.
Oh, Pat,
Yeah,
hard pass there. Hard pass.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you later. Thank you. And I love you, every one of you.
Love you, Steve. Say hello to Vicky. Love Vicky.
I will.
Cosmic kick when you can't punch. I love that.
Oh, I can kick
Yeah.
very well. That was my favorite thing in karate. Yeah, love you guys. I'm gonna go too because I need to go lay
Okay.
down just for a bit, and then I'm gonna go have a shower, and then I have to go up to the shop because my son has a list.
Yeah, that sounds good. All
Yeah,
right.
I love you guys. Hang on,
Love
I'll
you.
do this one thing.
Okay.
Peace. Love yous.
Love you
Thank you so
too.
much for being here
Yeah, thank you for being here. We get
every day.
we get as much out of it as you do. We really do, Christy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you all.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Love you, Carol. I
Love you.
appreciate you. And say hello to Steve for me.
Okay, I will. He's on his way home.
Okay. Okay, I'm going now. I'm just trying to find the button. Bye.
Hi. And you guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. You guys bring so much. It's never a meeting without you. I'm not just saying that. I mean that with all of my heart. And I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Truthfully, it would be a white knuckle yucky life. And hope to see you again next meeting because, like I said, you guys bring so much. And until then, y'all, peace.